Shalom Aleichem, my beloved brothers and sisters.
Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Shalom.
Beautiful, yeah, beautiful. Good to see you all. Today's class is from the Five Towns area in New York. I'm on my way to Toronto, so tomorrow I'll be in Toronto. And being in New York is only a start. It's more difficult for me to be in New York because I don't know as many people as I know in Toronto. But it seems to be that the way to get to Toronto, which I've been going for many, many years already, is through New York, so to speak. To get a higher cause, you have to get through the narrowness before. And this might be the subject of today's Chai minutes. We'll see how we can get to Shabbos together. The idea is that before achieving a higher level, before succeeding in a business, before enjoying the fruits of relationship, before enjoying the fruits of Nachal of your children that you've worked so hard to give them the right chinuch, before the breakthrough, you must go through a constriction, a narrowness. It doesn't work otherwise. And therefore, we should not be afraid of being constricted, because constriction is the way to get to the target. Rabbi Nachman, before going to Israel, to Eretz Israel, which was his peak, the peak of his legacy, had to go through Istanbul, Turkey. And in Turkey, he was really kind of had to be with shame, with disgrace, treated with lack of respect. And he was able to go through that lack of respect from the world. He was not known in Turkey, and they really gave him a hard time. But he was able to go through that hard time and to achieve the level of constriction. And only because of that, he, so to speak, he bought the way, the journey to reach Eretz Israel eventually. Which was not the case, for example, by the Baal Shem Tov. Baal Shem Tov also made his way to Eretz Israel, but he couldn't make it. He never made it to Israel, to Eretz Israel. And one of the explanations why the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh was unable to get to Eretz Israel is because he could never fall down from his higher level. He always held mochin de gadlut, expansion of his mind, greatness, and therefore, because Eretz Israel is also the level of expansion or greatness, and in order to get to the greatness, to the expansion of the mind, you have to go through narrowness, through constriction of the mind, through difficulties, through harshment. And Baal Shem Tov was unable to go there because he was so great and high, he wasn't able to reach Eretz Israel. Same with relationship with our partners, the wives or husbands. You have to work hard before you see the fruits. Same thing with the chinuch, with kids' education. You have to work very hard on giving the kids the right way, to give them the right example. And only then you can see the fruits of your hard work. In the business, you have to work hard. You have to knock door on door. You have to go from door to door to sell your merchandise. Otherwise, that's the beginning. And then you manufacture, you distribute. But the breakthrough, you have to work hard before you get achievements. So therefore, when we have difficulties, hard times, constrictions of the mind, then we have to realize that that's the way to get to the target. Are there loud noises in the background, or it's okay?
Yeah, I hear noises.
Okay, very good. The way, if you feel that you are constricted, let's say you have a bad day, you don't make it, doesn't work for you, there's an eitzah, there's an advice to go or to contact someone that you know, some of your friends, and give them a good word. Encourage them. And by encouraging them, you'll be able to rise higher from your lowness, from your constriction. Rabbi Nachman teaches in teaching number 106 in the first chelek of Likutei Moharan, that poverty is only in the mind. If a person has lack of knowledge, lack of Torah perspective, he is the one who considered to be poor, not financially. That the lack of awareness, right awareness, is considered to be poverty. And if you have a poor person, you have to give them a coin, right? So you can have what to eat. Same if there's a person who's poor in his mindset, in his appreciation of Yiddishkeit, in his knowledge of how to be besimcha, whatever it is, you have to chazik them and give them the good word, lift them up from their situation to expand their mind, and you immediately are benefited from that, and you are also being raised up. You're achieving a higher level because you are giving someone else a good word, a chizuk, a smile. And there used to be a website called thedailysmile.com. This is how it looks. Many of you have seen this card, right? It was famous at the time. I'd like to read to you what's on the card. And it teaches how much is important to give someone a smile, especially when it looks like he's not able to give you a smile. So a smile costs nothing, but it gives much. It reaches those who receive it without making poorer those who give it. It takes just about a moment, but the memory sometimes lasts a lifetime. Right? You gave a smile to someone. You can never know in which situation he was at that point. You just lifted him up. What he needed was just a smile from someone. A smile creates happiness in the home. It causes goodwill in business. And it makes friendship. It brings rest to the weary, cheer to the discouraged. A smile is a sunshine to the sad. Yet, a smile cannot be bought, cannot be begged, cannot be borrowed, or cannot be stolen. For it is of no value to anyone until given away. If you're a smiling person, you're not smiling outside to the world, nothing happens. Now, what happens if you bump into someone in the morning, and that person is so, you see, their face is like stiff, hard, difficult. You might think that they have something against you. You might think that they are like, you did something wrong to them, so they pay you back with a grumpy face. No, that's not the case. Some people are too tired to give you a smile. You know what you should do? Give them one of your smiles, because because no one needs a smile as much as he who has no more smiles to give. So it's really something that it's a reflection. The minute you are going to reflect someone, give someone a smile, you being reflected right away, and you're going to be benefited from that. Same thing with Shabbos. Same thing with Shabbos. For Shabbos, the Chazal are teaching us, מי שטרח בערב שבת, יאכל בשבת. Only those who work hard before Shabbat to prepare Shabbat, they will eat during Shabbat. On a simple level, right? If you don't cook before Shabbat, how can you eat on Shabbat? You cannot cook on Shabbat. So you have to cook prior to Shabbat, prepare prior to Shabbat, light candles prior to Shabbat, make shopping prior to Shabbat. Everything is prior to Shabbat. So when Shabbos comes along, you have it already. They're all done. So it's the same conception to work hard before you reach a certain goal, a certain higher level of whatever we're dealing with. The good advice in general is to separate ourselves from the evil, to disconnect ourselves from the bad company, to separate the good from the bad. What happens in this week's Parsha, we see that Abraham and Lot had a lot of property, and the land could not carry them together. So the shepherds of Abraham and the shepherds of Lot had a fight. Maybe, there was not enough food for the animals, so they had a fight. So here comes Abraham, our father, which represents the tzaddik, and he says to Lot, who represents the Rasha, the bad person, you know what? Why are we fighting so much? Me and you, we don't have to fight. My shepherds and your shepherds don't have to fight. No, there's so much land around. Just separate from me. If you're gonna go left, I'll go right. If you're gonna go right, I'll go left. Let's separate the camps. And this is a teaching we learn from Avraham Avinu, that you must keep yourself away from those who pull you down. In many cases, we have so much greatness. We have so much what to give. We are so full of good things, but our surrounding would not let us bring the goodness that we have to bring it out. We might be right, we may be right, we may be wrong, but people feel sometimes that at a certain position, certain location, with certain crowd, they're not fulfilling their mission. Something is blocking them. And it could be the place, the location where you're at. Could be the people that you're with. Chazal are teaching us, Meshane Makom, Meshane Mazal. You change your location, you change your luck. You move over. You move to a different location, different place. You change the environment. You change the chevra you're with. You can come to a breakthrough when you do that. shouldn't be afraid to change, even though there's always a fear before the breakthrough, before the change, before changing a job, before switching, moving from place to place. But again, we see that in order to break through, sometimes we have to change our place, our location, and then we can start again. The teaching from Avram Avinu was a great teaching, right? He was the founder of Judaism, the first Jew, the first convert in the world. There were no Jews in the world at Avram Avinu's time. And he developed the monotheism of that time. There were idol worshippers, and he was the one who started to believe in one God. And he was teaching humanity of that time that we should only believe and worship only one God. He was a pioneer. He changed the world. And he knew that the people that he's with will not bring him to the purpose that he should achieve. So he broke away from them. He broke away from his father, he broke away from his neighborhood, from your land. And only then he became a great nation. The blessing is given. Hashem promised him so many promises that until today we are enjoying the blessings that were given to Avraham Avinu from Hashem. So again, the concept is just not to be bothered from the downhill. Every downhill brings to a uphill. And there's no other way to go through life, only with those difficulties that we have. And later on, it's going to pay. It's going to pay. We're going to thank Hashem for every difficulty we had, all the constrictions we had. They're all for our benefit. I would say that even the Jewish nation, who will last forever, who lasted so many years. You see how many great nations who ruled over the world does not exist today. But Jews were always threatened, always chased, always hated. And that's what makes them strong. That what made us stay still strong until today as one united nation, not mixing with the nations. Like we're one God, we're one nation, only not intermarrying, just marrying within ourselves. This is the Jewish nation. On top of that, I want to wish the world Mazel Tov. Some people say it's a Yom Tov for the elections in the United States, which just finished yesterday. And we have to remember that, yes, the good leader that is pro-Israel more than the others was elected, but still we need a lot of mercy. And it's not that the leader of a country would change the Jewish world situation, the Jewish nation's situation. Our eyes are only to Hashem. Our eyes are only for prayer, because we're not trusting people and we think that they will save us. Hashem does not desire the greatness. Not with a winning horse, you win a battle, even though you do ride on a horse to fight the battle. But not the horse does not win. Hashem gives the koyach to us to win. And let's hope that the Shlomo HaMelech teaches us that Lev Melachim V'Roznim B'Yad Hashem, the heart of the emperors and the rulers is in the hand of God. Hashem decides, Hashem gives them the right things to do, the right thoughts to think. And our job is not to lean on humans, not to lean on on national leaders, as great as they may be. The real Yeshua, the real bracha, the real success is from Hashem, and He is the one we have to pray to and to lean on and to hope for. So Be'ezer Hashem, we'll hope for a beautiful Shabbos coming up, and hopefully we can enjoy Shabbos on a higher level that we were enjoying last Shabbos, and enjoying the good food, the good clothing, the good rest, the good family companionship. And may we all have a happy Chodesh and a happy Shabbos and a happy year with all the good things coming up to everyone. Shabbat Shalom. And we'll
Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi. Good Shabbos, everybody.
Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. And thank you for coming in.
Thank
Fine.
you.
Fine.
Like is in.
Be well.
Square. Shabbos. Bye.
See you in
Bye.
Toronto.
Yeah, Imirtzeh Hashem, God willing.
Thank you so
Shabbat
much.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom and safe travels with Nasiya Tovat to Toronto.
Square.
Okay. It was a beautiful
Okay.
class, and Minna sent me last week's class, and so we'll wait to get the class
Yeah.
if you have the recording for Monday. But thank you for everything and really safe travels. Beautiful
Hello.
ideas and excellent context and perspective on the election. I really appreciate it. I had
Baruch
just
Hashem.
given tzedakah when you said you should give money to somebody. And also Rav Nachman stopping in Turkey has relationship to the rabbi of our synagogue, because I'll tell you about another time, but he wrote a book on somebody that is buried in Turkey that's related to Rav Nachman, and it's related to Rav Nachman's pit stop in Turkey on the way to Israel. Anyway, amazing.
Uh-huh. Good. I'd love to
So
hear
thank
about
you
it.
for a
Shabbat
great class.
Shalom.
All the best and
Shalom.
safe
Bye.
travels. Shabbat
Toda
shalom.
raba.
Shalom.
Bye-bye.
Shalom. Bye.